Hey guys, thanks for checking out another video. This one today is going to be on the Sigma 35 DGDN and why I chose this particular lens for my Leica SL 601. This is the original, the Type 601 from Leica. You know, they have the SL2 and the SL2S right now, but they are extremely expensive, and I actually picked this one up at a steal at $1,800. So really couldn't go wrong with such a fabulous camera for that price. And being a Leica, everybody knows, if you watch my videos long enough, that I really enjoy the Leica ecosystem, and to be able to use autofocus with a gorgeous EVF and a full frame, very solid feeling camera like the SL, that was a no-brainer for me to pick it up. But then I ran into the dilemma of what lens to use. And, you know, I was adapting M glass, which you can do fantastically, amazingly. I don't know. I can't come up with the words today, but you can use M Mount glass on the SL system and it works flawlessly, and it's beautiful because you have that big bright EVF to focus through. But I did want to take advantage of the autofocusing system, and I really didn't want to buy Leica L Mount glass because it is terribly expensive. So for normal people like you and I, you're really limited in your options. So you can either buy the Lumix glass that they make for, you know, the Lumix cameras, which are L mount, and that's fantastic glass as well, or you can jump into something like the Sigma 35, and that's where I went to, because I am primarily a 28/35 millimeter shooter on the street, and that was my immediate go-to. So we're going to talk about this lens right here and why I like it, and some of the images that I got from it. We're not going to go too crazy. I'm not a specs guy. I'm more of a, this is how I shoot and this is why I like this gear kind of person. I don't script my videos. You know that by now from me. I'm not a one-shot Johnny here, but, you know, I do make some cuts and edits, but I don't script out anything. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we have the 35 millimeter DGDN, and this is the f2 version. Now they do make an f1.4, which is a lot larger, but you can see that I went with the f2 here because it is a smaller, compact lens. And, you know, for me hitting the streets, I did not want a huge lens that would be comparable to something that I might mount on my Sony camera. The Leica SL is already a heavier camera, but I wanted something small and compact for the street, and f2 is plenty for me because I'm usually shooting around f8 anyway, and f2 is wide enough for low light situations, which you will see in a few minutes when I show you some photos. But I did really enjoy the compact nature of this lens. It is an all metal body. You do have an aperture ring here in the front, which is nice and clicky, and you can probably hear that right there. But the great thing about this too is that, you know, it does have an AF MF switch on the side as well. So if you do want to manual focus this, you could just pull that off, and, you know, you're going to be using manual focus, which is fantastic. It is a focus by wire like most digital camera lenses are, but nonetheless, it is a very nice feeling focusing throw here. There is no stops on it, so it is just, you know, 360 degrees, but nonetheless, it is a very smooth focusing lens. And again, the aperture is very confident, and you can feel that nice clicky here. You do have a way to stick that on an automatic designation and then control the aperture through the camera body if you wish. Again, all metal design. They did something really cool here where they not only give you the plastic cap that you normally get with these you know, camera lenses, but they also gave you a really cool thing. It's a magnetic cap that just sticks right on the front here as well to make things a little bit easier for you if you choose to use that. The only issue with this metal cap is that when you do have the metal lens hood that they supply with it, it is kind of hard to get your hands in there to access the metal cap because of the way the bevels are. You don't have this squeeze design, which makes things a lot easier. My phone is going off, and that's wonderful. I love when I get this stuff when I'm trying to do a video. But regardless, you can see it's an all-metal coupling in the back there as well. I will read off some specs here. This is not my normal thing, the way I do things, but it's a L mount, lens. You can get it in the E mount as well. Aperture range is f2 to f22, 1 SLD element, 3 aspherical elements, super multi-coated layering, stepping motor, AF system, dust and splash resistant construction, and a rounded 9-blade diaphragm for your aperture. Mounted onto the camera, you can see right off here that it is a very sleek design. It is not too big. It looks really, really nice on the camera because it is, a matching black metal body. There is no plastic bits on this whatsoever. If you didn't want to use the lens hood, you can see it's even just that much smaller. So really, really nice design for the Leica SL. I have it here on my SL on a simpler strap. These straps are amazing. They are fully adjustable, and you can even use them as a wrist strap, but they're very simple in design. But again, with the Leica SL, I am a Leica shooter. I shoot the, I just said a Leica shooter. I am a Leica shooter. I shoot the M10. That's where I started. Actually, I started with an M6, went to an M9P, then went to an M10. I have the M10, graduated the M10. Well, I wouldn't say graduated, but I transferred a little bit over to shooting a Leica QP along my M10, and then that led to a Leica Q2 as well. And I just enjoy the Leica ecosystem so well that I wanted an SL because I enjoyed the autofocus just like anybody else, and I enjoy the EVF, especially with my eyes. As I get older, it's kind of hard to see things. So the SL just gave me all that benefit of a large viewfinder. And like I said, I wanted to take advantage of the snappy autofocus system in the SL, and the f2 35mm DGDN from Sigma was my first kind of go-to. Now, I am interested in the 65 that they make. The 40, I think they make a 40 for this, and they may make a 28. I have to see what there is, but I know the 35 was definitely my go-to, and the 65 would probably be next. I think the 65 might just be a little bit bigger, but not too crazy in terms of size-wise. But, again, I just wanted to give you a nice overview about this lens. I think it's a fantastic lens. Hopefully it is focusing out, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. But again, I'll close this video. I'm not going to make it too long. I just want to kind of give you an intro onto the lens and tell you how much I like it. It's very sharp, beautiful rendering, snappy, silent autofocus. Whether you're in, photography, taking pictures, or you're using it for videography, it works great. The SL has some nice video specs in it as well, so it's nice to hear that silent motor when focusing. It is a pretty close focusing lens as well. To give you a kind of an example, not that this is going to really show you much, but right there, it's in focus. So that's pretty close for the camera lens itself. I mean, it's that's right now I'm focusing on the camera, and I'm about from where I'm focusing on the camera to the front of the lens, I'm about a foot away. So it's pretty close for focusing. It actually says it right here on the side. Yeah, I can't read that. That's way too small. 0.27 meters, 0.89 feet. So just under a foot. Whatever. All right. I've gone on long enough like usual. I'm going to show you some images from the Leica SL using the 35 DGDN from Sigma. If you like the way I color grade my images, these are all color graded in Lightroom with my Lightroom presets. These are my Sin collection. You can find a link in the description below, as well as all the other affiliate links. They really help me out in the channel. And again, if you like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Trying to build the numbers up here on YouTube to bring you guys some more content like what you're seeing here and some of my other videos, tips and tutorials. As always, check the Instagram, check the website, and see if you enjoy some of my color grades that I have available. I will see you on the next one. Enjoy the photos. Thanks, guys.